What if the greatest legends in Formula One, Fangio, Senna, Schumacher, could step into the garages of 2025 and witness what the sport has become? Would they recognize these hybrid monsters, powered by electric motors and turbochargers, engineered by artificial intelligence, and refined through digital twins? Formula One isn't merely changing, it's undergoing a dramatic rebirth. New technology, global audiences, and an influx of young talent have reshaped the grid. However, to understand how we arrived at this point and where it's heading, we must revisit the sport's raw beginnings and follow its path through revolution, tragedy, dominance, and innovation. From the fearless legends who once danced with death on gravel circuits to today's data-driven champions piloting machines that learn in real time, this is the ultimate journey of transformation. Welcome to Formula One, REBORN. The rise of Formula One is not just changing how races are won, it's reshaping the very future of the sport. Formula One has been the peak of vehicle engineering and driver daring since 1950. This European racing series has evolved into a 24-race global tour spanning 5 continents, watched by 1.5 billion people annually. With titans who pushed man and machine, its legacy is rich. Rear-wheel drive, front-engine cars with leather helmets, and no safety precautions characterized early F1. Drivers at the Nürburgring and Monza were often regarded as heroes and daredevils due to the high fatality rates associated with their events. The quick, unsophisticated cars frequently broke down owing to technical reasons rather than driver mistakes. Today, we have carbon fiber bullets like the Red Bull RB20 or Mercedes W15, equipped with turbo hybrid engines and exceeding 1,000 horsepower, monitored by more sensors than an aircraft. This transition took time. It took decades of tragedy, creativity, political struggles, financial reorganization, and technological disruption. In this third age, horsepower and expertise are joined by sustainability, data analytics, and machine intelligence. Formula One is now a symbol of both human and technological advancement, as much as it is a sport. Let's examine its mythology, revolutions, and future kings. F1 is more than just speed. It's a blend of engineering excellence, strategic depth, and split-second decision-making. Legendary foundations, the drivers who defined eras. F1's first rebirth begins with the men who defined the meaning of greatness. These aren't just drivers, they are architects of racing's golden standard. Juan Manuel Fangio, known as El Maestro. Fangio claimed 5 world titles in the 1950s, a record that stood for 46 years. Racing for Alfa Romeo, Maserati, Mercedes-Benz, and Ferrari, Fangio's mastery came not from reckless speed but from precision. In an era where seatbelts were considered a liability and cars exploded on impact, he survived and thrived due to his technical expertise.
Fangio was under pressure at the start of the British Grand Prix in 1950, the first race for the new Formula One Drivers' World Championship. It was Fangio's first full season in Europe with Alfa Romeo, and his 158 takes an early lead.
His most legendary race, the 1957 German Grand Prix, where he made up a 48-second deficit at the Nürburgring to win.
Juan Manuel Fangio is in the lead on the last lap of the German Grand Prix, on his way to his 4th Grand Prix of 1957, on his way to his 5th World Championship. World champion in 1951, world champion in 1954, 55 and 56. A glorious race for a wonderful world champion. And Fangio takes the checkered flag to win the German Grand Prix.
Ayrton Senna. In the 1980s and early 90s, F1 met its spiritual warrior. Senna, a Brazilian prodigy, was electrifying in wet conditions, earning the nickname the Rain Master. F1 offers an unmatched spectacle of speed, strategy, and skill. Its rivalries, especially with Alain Prost, brought passion and politics to the sport. Senna's relentless pursuit of perfection led to 65 pole positions and 3 world titles before his tragic death at Imola in 1994, an event that changed F1's approach to safety forever. To this day, drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen cite him as their inspiration. The drivers are elite athletes, trained to handle forces of over 5 G, and make lightning-fast decisions at speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour. Champions like Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Fernando Alonso have become global icons, inspiring millions. Michael Schumacher. Dominating the 2000s, Schumacher brought a new kind of ruthlessness. Combining raw speed with unparalleled consistency, he redefined professionalism in the racing world. Schumacher worked with Ferrari to build not just a fast car, but a perfect ecosystem. Engineers, pit crew, strategists, and tire suppliers all aligned. With 7 world titles and 91 wins, Schumacher turned Ferrari into an empire. His influence was so vast that even a decade after retirement, teams were still copying his methods. These men weren't just drivers, they were forces of nature, and without them, F1's rebirth would have no soul. The tech revolution, hybrids, aerodynamics, and ground effect. The second rebirth of Formula One didn't come from the drivers, it came from the engineers. The hybrid power units, 2014 present. In 2014, Formula One moved into the hybrid era. The roaring V8 engines were replaced with more efficient, but complex, 1.6 liters turbo hybrid V6 power units. These engines featured kinetic and thermal energy recovery systems, ERS, creating over 1,000 horsepower with remarkable efficiency. While fans initially missed the sound of the V10s, the engineering leap was undeniable. The MGU-K recovered braking energy, while the MGU-H converted turbo heat into electricity. Mercedes nailed this transition, dominating from 2014 to 2020 with nearly unmatched power unit reliability. Aerodynamics and ground effect, 2022 onward. In 2022, new aerodynamic rules were introduced to improve overtaking. The biggest change: the return of ground effect, a design that allows cars to generate downforce by channeling air beneath the floor, creating suction. This allowed cars to follow more closely without being destabilized by dirty air. As a result, wheel-to-wheel racing improved dramatically. Teams focused heavily on floor development, venturi tunnels, and ride height control to gain aerodynamic advantage. Wind tunnels, CFD, and simulation. Gone are the days of trial-and-error car setups. Today, F1 teams use wind tunnels and CFD, computational fluid dynamics, to simulate airflow around the car months before it hits the track. Red Bull, under the guidance of Adrian Newey, mastered this blend of traditional and virtual design, whereas Mercedes relied on AI-assisted simulations. The rise of artificial intelligence in Formula One. In the past, Formula One races were often won by instinct, reflexes, and raw skill. Today, however, victory often hinges on data analysis, algorithmic precision, and artificial intelligence. Every F1 car is fitted with over 300 sensors, generating more than 1.5 terabytes of data during a race weekend. AI enables teams to process massive amounts of data in real time, from tire wear and fuel usage to weather changes and driver behavior. Advanced machine learning models simulate race outcomes and predict optimal strategies, allowing teams to make faster, smarter decisions during a race. These models are trained on historical race data, practice sessions, and real-time telemetry, offering predictive insights that were previously unimaginable. This information includes everything from tire degradation, brake temperature, fuel flow, engine vibration, and aerodynamic load. AI platforms sort this data in real time and assist engineers in making split-second decisions that can win or lose a race. Take tire strategy, for example. In the past, teams guessed when to pit based on weather, tire feel, and visual cues. AI uses machine learning models trained on historical data to recommend optimal pit windows, undercut opportunities, or even suggest when to fake a pit stop to bait a rival. Teams like Red Bull and Mercedes rely on advanced simulation environments, digital twins of the car and track, to simulate thousands of race outcomes. AI evaluates driver inputs, weather forecasts, and opponent tendencies to calculate risk. It's as if every team has a virtual strategist running millions of scenarios simultaneously. The AI revolution doesn't stop with race day. It influences design. Generative AI tools now assist with optimizing aerodynamic structures and reducing drag, weight, or heat buildup. Some teams are exploring reinforcement learning algorithms to help simulate driver behavior and car response in unseen conditions. Formula One's next great rivalry may not be between two drivers, but between the AI platforms powering their garages. Max Verstappen, the face of F1's future. Max Verstappen's name is already etched into Formula One history, and he's just getting started. Following his dramatic first title win in 2021, Verstappen emerged as a dominating force. By 2023, he set records that shocked the paddock. 19 wins in 22 races, breaking both Sebastian Vettel's and Michael Schumacher's seasonal win records. And he didn't just win, he crushed the field by margins that made rivals look like amateurs.
And Formula One in 2023 is go!
Formula One, F1, is the highest class of international single-seater auto racing, known for its cutting-edge technology, world-class drivers, and global fanbase. What sets Max apart is his adaptability. Whether it's wet tracks, late safety car restarts, or tire-saving stints, Verstappen remains composed. His confidence borders on arrogance, but it's backed by performance. His synergy with the Red Bull team and race engineer, Gianpiero Lambiase, is one of the most seamless driver-team pairings in modern F1. Verstappen's feedback is so precise that Red Bull tailors their car development entirely around his driving style. Verstappen was promoted to Red Bull Racing mid-season and won his debut race with the team at the Spanish Grand Prix, becoming the youngest race winner in F1 history at 18. Since then, he has evolved into a fierce competitor known for his aggressive driving style, racecraft, and ability to extract maximum performance from any situation. He prefers a sharp front end and maximum rotation, a setup that makes the car faster, but harder to control. Yet he thrives with it. Off the track, Verstappen has taken to sim racing and digital tools. He's frequently seen competing in online endurance races between Grand Prix weekends, keeping his reflexes sharp and staying in sync with modern racing platforms. At just 27, Verstappen could realistically challenge Hamilton and Schumacher's championship records. In the new hybrid and AI-powered era, he stands not only as its ambassador, but as its ultimate weapon. Verstappen claimed his first World Championship title in 2021 in a dramatic and controversial finale against Lewis Hamilton in Abu Dhabi. The young guns: Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, and Russell. Formula One's future is in good hands, thanks to a crop of young drivers who are not only skilled but mentally razor-sharp. Lando Norris.
Lando Norris takes over the lead of the race.
Freya, let's go.
I'm not surprised Norris is staying out still. He's the quickest car on track of the top 5 there for the last few laps. He's really moving well on those mediums, making them last. He still does hold the fastest lap of the race, but even to Verstappen on those newer hards, he had the pace over him.
The McLaren driver has become a fan favorite for his charisma and skill. While he has yet to claim his first win, Norris has been on the podium multiple times and is known for extracting performance, even when the car is lacking. His racecraft, tire conservation, and feedback make him vital to McLaren's comeback. Off-track, his massive online presence helps F1 reach younger audiences. Charles Leclerc.
There's a chance for Leclerc to just keep going and see what happens.
We cut to Oscar Piastri in the pits. McLaren have dealt with the car. They've put on a new set of hard tyres. Charles Leclerc takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
Driving for Ferrari, Leclerc is seen as the Scuderia's best hope since the days of Schumacher. He's unmatched in qualifying. His pole lap in Monaco 2022 was labeled perfection by analysts. However, Ferrari's strategy failures and inconsistent race pace have cost him wins. Given the right car, Leclerc has the talent to become a world champion. George Russell. After years of driving a slow Williams car, Russell got his chance at Mercedes. In 2022, he won his first race in Brazil and outscored Hamilton over a season. No small feat. Russell is methodical, technical, and consistent, making him Mercedes' next long-term leader. Oscar Piastri.
Third position for Lando Norris, who started this race on pole. He held the lead into turn number 1, but his teammate got by into the second chicane, and since then Piastri has been the lead McLaren.
The rookie sensation from Australia shocked the grid in 2023 by not only matching Lando Norris, but at times outperforming him. Calm under pressure and brilliant in qualifying, Piastri could be the next big superstar if McLaren continues developing a competitive car. These young stars bring a new culture, more open, digitally engaged, and adaptable to the data-driven era of racing. 2026 and beyond, a new era of engines, sustainability, and manufacturers. In 2026, Formula One will introduce changes to its technical regulations, marking a significant milestone in its revival. This new era emphasizes electrification, sustainability, and increased accessibility for new manufacturers. The 2026 power unit standards will eliminate the complex MGUA system, simplifying and lowering engine development costs. They will significantly improve the electric system's power, making up about 50% of the engine's power, with the other half coming from 100% sustainable fuel burning. New global manufacturers have emerged from this transition. Most importantly, Audi will enter F1 alongside Sauber, now Alfa Romeo, reviving German precision and creativity. Ford is returning with Red Bull powertrains to provide American technology to the championship fight. Some say Honda may return full force due to their unresolved business and engine supply partnership with Aston Martin. These rule reforms aim to make the sport carbon neutral by 2030, not simply power. Cleaner logistics, improved fuels, and advanced engine technology for road cars, and reduced global emissions are examples. Updates to the chassis and aero regulations will enhance energy efficiency, reduce drag, and bring racing closer together. Real-time optimization of active aerodynamics and changeable wings using software and AI is being tested during races. This revamp keeps Formula One contemporary and leads the worldwide discourse on sustainable performance, cutting-edge innovation, and accessibility for new manufacturers. In summary, the 2026 Formula One rules represent its next significant step. Formula One has always been experimental, but now it's redefining that edge. What began as a perilous sport pushed by daredevils is now a hyper-precise, global entertainment powerhouse propelled by AI, data, and vision. Juan Manuel Fangio's mechanical marvels show F1's growth, Senna's poetic speed, Schumacher's ruthlessness, and Verstappen's futuristic brilliance. Each generation advances physics and human endurance. And now, we're about to do something much more revolutionary. The advent of young guns like Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, and Russell, Hamilton's move to Ferrari, and the emergence of Audi and Ford have created a new chapter of excitement and unpredictability. AI engineers, sustainable fuels, and active aerodynamics are real. These realities will shape the motorsport industry's future decade. And possibly the most exciting? The narrative continues. Riding continues, one lap at a time. Whether you're a lifelong fan or discovered Formula One on Netflix, buckle up, because this is 350 kilometers a evolution, not racing. The future of Formula One is being shaped by innovation, sustainability, and a growing global audience. As the sport evolves, it's embracing cutting-edge technology, environmental responsibility, and new formats that promise to redefine how F1 is experienced both on and off the track. To create closer racing and increase competition, F1 continues to revise its technical and sporting regulations. Budget caps and aerodynamic changes are designed to level the playing field and give smaller teams a fighting chance, while reducing overall costs. F1's popularity is growing rapidly, especially in the US and Asia. With more races in new locations like Las Vegas and possibly future destinations in Africa or Southeast Asia, the calendar is becoming more diverse and globally appealing. Formula One's future promises a balance between high-speed excitement and responsible innovation, ensuring the sport stays thrilling, relevant, and sustainable for decades to come. Thank you for watching. If you like this deep dive into Formula One's comeback, like, subscribe, and set on alerts. Comment below, who will rule F1 in the next era? Verstappen, a rookie, or someone we've never seen? See you next lap. Formula One is racing into the future with smarter tech, sustainable goals, and global expansion. From AI to eco-friendly engines, The next era of F1 is faster, greener, and more connected than ever.